Hey friends, it is a rainy Sunday afternoon here in South Carolina. I don't know what the weather is like where you are, but I'm hoping you're staying dry and staying warm. It's getting chillier outside as the days go on. I hope you guys have had a great weekend so far. It's almost over now. I'm about to start another crazy week. But here we go on today's topic, and that is being consistent. And that doesn't mean you're consistent in everyday things. You don't have to do your makeup the same. You don't have to wear the same style of clothing every day. You don't have to wear your hair the same every day. I tried to straighten my hair, but obviously it's already curling back up. Consistency in life is just about being who you are each and every day. It may look different each and every day, but you need to be able to stick to your morals and stick to your commitments. Sticking to your morals could mean anything from showing that kindness to a stranger or picking up books from someone you know. And that goes a long way in representing who you are. And yeah, we're going to have our tired days and our down days, but it's important that we always stay consistent in making sure that we still represent who we are and what we want to show the world, which is love and kindness. As far as your commitments go, that also ties in with your morals. If you commit to a community service activity, but then now all your friends are going to go to the park instead and y'all are going to hang out, I think it's important to stick to those volunteer opportunities or things that may seem not quite as fun, because at the end of the day, they are so much more rewarding. I believe that even though commitments sometimes can stand in the way of something else coming up, or so you think, it has a good way of showing who we are, not just as an individual, but as a hard worker and what we're going to be like in the workforce one day. Are we going to show up on time each and every day to our job? Are we going to give our all each and every day? Or are we going to come in late all the time and maybe sometimes not show up? There's something better to do. It doesn't quite work like that in the real world. So regardless of if you're getting paid for it or not, I think it's really important that we keep our commitments solid in what we are doing in our daily tasks. Thank you guys so much for always asking me questions and keeping me engaged into what you're doing. I feel like I wanted to share this with you guys this week because sometimes I just want to totally change what I'm doing. I'm just going to change it up. I'm going to rebel. I want to just go do something crazy. I want to skip on out on a commitment. But that's just not what God has planned for us. God has planned for us to do something greater. And He, even though we may feel like it's mundane, is using those little activities to make sure that we are totally trusting in Him and His plan. And so I think it's important that we just remember what the purpose is here on this earth, and that is eventually to get to heaven. And it is not to live for this earthly world. We are always fighting for the kingdom of God. So the verse I want to share with you guys, it's a couple, and it starts as, again he said, "What shall we say the kingdom of God is like, or what parable shall we use to describe it? It is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth. Yet when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all gardens, with such a big branches that the birds can perch in its shade." With many similar parables, Jesus spoke the word unto them, as much as they could understand. He did not say anything to them without using a parable, but when he was alone with his own disciples, he explained everything. And this verse is very popular. I'm sure you've heard about the faith of a mustard seed at church. And I believe that it is so important that even though our faith is so small, we're choosing where we plant it carefully. Whether that's at a community service activity at school, or at your daily outside of school activities. It is so important to show who we are and how we represent the kingdom of God. I love you guys. I hope you have a great week this week. Get warmed up from this chilly weather and have an awesome week.